I'd better give Otto the good news.
What became of Kupka?
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once.
Well, but all of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your do.
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the adamant? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, son. All yours. All done?
How are you doing? Quick look. Seen enough?
I'm never drinking.
Ah,
No.
Look.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep. There shall be no less...
All right. Brilliant.
Finally.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, I need to know what he is.
Alas. No. And not for want of... not even the sort of conspicuous...
But I saw him.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you... to others, he really...
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself or me. But until I do...
Thank you.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself.
Nothing escapes you, Lit. It's true.
Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let... Well, don't just stand there gawping. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that...
Under a new...
I'll try to live up to the name. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Back, are ya? Want something for you, dear? Anything else?
Is it business or pleasure? Finished, are you?
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
We're seeing troops amass at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home.
Vivid just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I never...
No.
Ah, but you ain't told. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him. Well, when you do, she's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers.
Very well.
Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with...
Sorry, I've got to get this thermal displacement stack.
And
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle, and those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. And more heat than all the hells put, which is... I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights, but the stack's a bit more. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up. I'll come and see my dad. Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, the helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the... And the shield...
a full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits on. I've got the designs and the list. Show these to...
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily...
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures.
Out with it.
It's for mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on then.
She said you would know.
Krieger. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. And I'll need help. Get Gav and Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, and still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is...
Take a look at this. It's this plating. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking of, which is where you lot come in. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the...
And the other can go and get the rest from...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with. You going after the stud? Which one of these two lucky souls is...
Otto?
All right, then. Where do we find this stardust?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that...
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right.
Used to?
Just don't let the bastard fleece you.
He wouldn't do that.
Best of luck.